I'm so sorry. I was about to reply and then my phone died, but now I've like charged it again. It was really good. So in terms of like the story, it was obviously Oppenheimer, a physicist, um, the usual, um, genius stuff, saw things. Someone who it was actually someone else who did the experiment of like proving that fission exists. I love all the math and physics reference, I can't lie. That fission actually is a possibility and they actually had evidence for it. But obviously after that, after people knew fission could exist, people started thinking making bombs, because fission is essentially like splitting the atom. And to split the atom, you like bombard it with stuff, and then it like splits, and it's like a chain reaction. And chain reactions are literally what is very, very good for bombs, because like all you have to do is really like power the first one, and then the chain reaction does all the like exploding rest of the other stuff for you. So it's like a really efficient way to make a bomb. And people, yeah. So he was obviously one of the people in America. He was obviously Jewish. He has Jewish roots. He was doing like some communism stuff, which is some of the parts that I guess I don't know how I know about this stuff now, but like I guess uni and stuff, but like understanding like communism, how America was very against communism. Communism is essentially the idea like everyone is like it's like a form of socialism, but like has a leader that's like dictating everything. But essentially, Russia, communism, but they were actually allies during the Second World War. I realize that I'm speaking very quickly, so I'm going to slow down. Um, but essentially, so Oppenheimer bringing people together. They obviously chose him to lead the project on creating the nuclear bomb. Bring people together. People realize, oh my god, having an atomic bomb is really going to be bad. So some of the people didn't really want to do it, but eventually they ended up doing it, making the bomb. And once they made the bomb, that's it. They were done. So they didn't really have use for them anymore. Obviously, like now they've made the bomb, the US can do whatever they want to do with such bombs. Like once you've actually created it. So that's how they bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which everyone knows how World War II ended. And obviously he felt bad about that. So then after that, he started doing like anti atomic bomb or hydrogen bomb stuff, and people didn't like that, so they were trying to like get his security clearance and like revoked. And basically, like it'd mean he wouldn't be able to like work or be able to like provide advice to the NSA, which is like the National Security Authority in America. And yeah, he would be, what should I say? His reputation would be diminished if he lost that security clearance. So there was like a whole like mini trial of like, should he be denied his clearance or his clearance renewed? And yeah, that's basically like the whole plot stuff. Obviously, like he got married, there was like this girl he liked, blah blah blah. That's the plot stuff. But then the actual, obviously, IMAX cinematography stuff, the way things were shot, the sounds, there's a really nice way they do of like ramping stuff up. It was one of those movies like it just started. Like after that Universal logo thing, like there was no like, oh nice slow intro. It was just like boom into the movie. The pacing of the movie, the score of the movie. They had like a thing where they do like this thing of like banging feet, and that's like the audio you hear. The thing with the lights they did. But I feel like the one thing I would say, which is like 9.5, or probably more likely give it a 9. Like I feel like there were unnecessary sexual stuff that was there. So yeah, I feel like that makes it not like a 9.5. That drags it down to a 9. If they didn't have that, it would be a 9.5 in my book. The 0.5 being like um I feel like actually that's true. What is the 0.5 for? Anyway, I would give it like a 9. All things considered, with like I feel like there were necessary like sexual things going on. Like when he had sex with that lady, and sorry, unnecessary nudity is what I meant to say. At least like 3 instances. I just thought like this was not needed. 3 scenes. I shouldn't say instances. Um, what else? But yeah, very good movie. My part. I like the way it was made. I like the deepness of the fact that it's making us think about when you're actually trying to build something or create something, you're thinking about the impact, and obviously like that part, which is like the beginning part, but also at the same time the person who actually created that and the people surrounding that person in terms of like uh system in a systemic way. Like obviously this in this case would be the US. The oh my god, subhanallah, I've been talking for 4 minutes. In a systemic way. Listen to this on like 1.5 times, but then again I'm speaking really quickly. Anyway, in a systemic way, the people surrounding that, and like the, what should I say, the weight or the responsibility, that's the word, the responsibility that the people around him and that person would shoulder is actually quite something to think about. And also thinking about the impact that would have had on the people in Japan. And I actually just heard, my brother told me like the movie's actually been banned in Japan, which makes sense. um what else? But yeah, really good movie all around. If you guys want to see it, I'm down to see it with you guys.